Sorry for the long video today. Just a lot of stuff I had to say. I want to start off with this so I don't forget. Please check this out. This is really great stuff. Great eye, great catch on her part. I tell you, man, if you're not paying attention, these guys will sneak this stuff in on you. They know what they're doing, no doubt about it. Great example of the subliminal messaging. Caught right on TV, just like the baseball one that I caught. So I'll put the link below. Great stuff. This guy just started making videos, seems like a real genuine guy. He's been watching me and a bunch of other people, so he wanted me to maybe give him a little help, so thought I'd just go ahead and mention him out there. Seems like a real genuine and nice guy, so please check him out if you're interested. I'm glad that more people are making videos. That's awesome. The more the better. And then a teammate caught this. This is really good stuff, I thought. 2016, if you do a Wikipedia search on it, since I've been talking about Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on my videos every now and then. In Ghostbusters 2, it says a woman named Elaine appears on Dr. Venkman's show World of the Psychic and claims an alien told her that the world would end on February 14th, 2016. So could be something, could be nothing, but good catch all around because I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I just caught the last 25 minutes or so that was on TV the other night, but I haven't seen anything before that because I remember not really thinking this movie was all that great, but so I didn't know that, had no idea that was in there. And those movies tell a lot, so it almost makes you wonder if there's something to it. Even though we know that the world will never end, it's going to keep going. This is a prison that's never going to quit being a prison, and so it's not like it's really, we know that the world won't end, but things can change, that's for sure. And I don't know if people have been noticing that on TV a lot lately. There's been a lot of different places, a lot of different commercials, a lot of different television shows talking about, are you ready for things to change? Like, they just listen out for it. There's no way you won't catch it. I've seen it on wrestling. I've seen it on just regular commercials. It's pretty wild. It's everywhere. So that kind of just brings me to where I am right now and where I've been and what have you. Like, I almost quit, right? Because this stuff is just, it's really starting to get ridiculous now. That's why that video didn't have a title for, my last video didn't have a title for a while, and how come I really didn't even say anything? Because the stuff is just so, it's so in front of everybody's face, and I just get frustrated sometimes, and I get discouraged, and it's just, man, it's just, I can't believe that more people just don't know. I mean, it's just kind of crazy is all. And it's just kind of spooky in its own way and kind of scary in its own way. And I got no fear, and nobody should either, because there's absolutely a reason why we're hip to this stuff and other people aren't. There's no doubt in my mind, because it's impossible not to. You get into this stuff, you find out how mathematically precise everything is, and there's a reason for everything, and there's a reason for why we're awake. You just get discouraged every now and then, because just here, take a little walk with me here, right? These are a bunch of stories that's come out the past week or so. So Chuck Hagel, our defense secretary, hailed the emergence of a new world order on a visit to Poland on Wednesday. It's time that we are seeing a new and early 21st century world order being built. And then it's funny that you try to tell people that this is a real thing, and they call you crazy. Even though countless, cussing the popes have said it. Pope John Paul II and Benedict both. Benedict said it in one of his last addresses that I did a video on it. But not even them. Countless people. Look what Pope Francis is doing right now. Come on. But all these people have called for this thing. And this totally gives it away right here that it's a real thing, not a conspiracy. The remarks recall President George H.W. Bush's 1991 State of the Union address, which heralded the promise of a new world order led by American military and moral standing. Okay, there is no moral standing in this country, and it's certainly nothing's going to be led by the American military in a few years, because they've cut it down to size, they're rejecting 80% of the applicants, and they're trying to replace everybody with robots. And then you got stuff like this that comes out. Propelled by a soaring stock market, the median pay package for a CEO rose above 8 figures for the first time last year. The head of a typical large public company earned a record $10.5 million, an increase of 8.8% from $9.6 million in 2012, according to an Associated Press pay study. Let's talk about this pay inequality and about how it's never been larger. And let's talk about this soaring stock market. Today, it is Bloomberg's turn to recap just how broken the market is with an article that highlights the balance sheet bombs rallying by 94%. In the U.S. equity market, the worse a company's finances, the better it's doing, because there is nothing like rewarding failure and capital misallocation to promote economic growth and employment recovery. Numerous Fed presidents have come out and said that all QE was to make the rich richer. I would show all this stuff, but I got a bunch of windows open. It's real easy. All you got to do is a quick Google search. And so then what do you do sometimes? If you can, you invest in stuff like metals, gold and silver, but then you find out that that's really now not a conspiracy theory, it's conspiracy fact, that's been rigged. In fact, you find out that all the financial markets have been rigged, which in the end screws you. And people do not listen. It gets better. This is personally my favorite. This right here, let's talk about moral standing. #1 movie in the world, not just America, X-Men. $261 million global in one weekend. $261 million in one weekend. The director, Bryan Singer, of this movie, currently under investigation for raping children. This is a really scary world. I work at a grocery store, and I've had people, it's a Memorial Day weekend, oh boy, crazy time to be working at a grocery store. And I heard several people complaining about the prices. It happens all the time. But you try to tell them this stuff, that this world is nothing but a satanic rule run by a few rich dummies, and they look at you like you're crazy. And then the people I work with, they say stupid stuff like, how come you don't have any kids? When in my perspective, in my eyes, I seem to care more about their kids than they do, because at least I'm trying to stand up to this stuff. I get discouraged. This is unreal to me. Idiots running around yesterday in their American flag shirts. It's like, you guys don't even realize, because you won't listen. You're so arrogant, thinking you know everything. You don't know nothing. All you know is pop culture and stupid facts that'll get you points on Jeopardy. Have no idea that you're fought for a foreign corporation run by Satanists. And to really top off all the stupidity, TEPCO finally admitted that they're purposely dumping hundreds of tons of radioactive water from Fukushima into the Pacific. They've come out and finally admitted it. That's out of their own mouths. According to this article, just on the Wednesday, when it was reported on this week, that week, on just one Wednesday, they dumped 560 tons. Don't know how true that number is, because if it's an 11, it's your two pillars. But we can tell from all the die-offs that are happening, from our own readings, that people are doing their own natural readings. And we just know that was a nuclear reactor on a major fault line that got hit with the tsunami. What do people think is going to happen now? Not that we're not already seeing so many signs of this thing poisoning the entire Earth. What do you think is going to happen now that they finally come out and admitted that hundreds of tons of it are going to seep into the ocean and be dumped into the ocean every day? That's what it said. Hundreds of tons a day. I live in the St. Louis metro area. We were in the news twice this year because we had higher than normal levels of radiation in the snow. And these people walk around every day like zombies, because the majority of them they're all hopped up on all sorts of stuff and don't have any clue what the hell is going on. And it's really disturbing, really, really disturbing. And they want to go vote. They want to go vote. These politicians are going around talking about climate change and global warming when there's headlines like this that you're looking at. Climate change and global warming, are you serious? No one even mentions the fact that Fukushima is still an ongoing thing. And by the way, it's not fixed, never has been fixed. I mean, what a complete and total scam this entire world system is. Which brings me to this. Thailand Army announces military coup. Thailand's military suspends the 2007 constitution and dismisses the caretaker government. The Thai Army has announced a nationwide curfew. Now let's go to this. Spanish ruling party politician assassinated in broad daylight. Until recently, it was mostly bankers that were the victims of a perplexing epidemic of untimely deaths, either at their own hand or the result of someone else's. So we got this politician that got gunned down in the streets, female, as a matter of fact, broad daylight. Remember the banker that got gunned down in a parking garage? Or how about the what was it, a whole family that got gunned down in the streets just a little shortly after that? I mean this stuff, I say this stuff because I've been telling people that this is going to happen in this country. And these same people who are putting X-Men as the #1 movie, letting these politicians talk about global warming and all this kind of stuff, not doing a thing or saying a thing about Fukushima, and are rigging every financial market, every aspect of their lives to screw them, they got nothing to say except for everything's going to be okay. So I just want to show this stuff real fast. I got this notebook, right? I break it out every now and then. From 2011, I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down in 2011 that I thought was going to happen and at the time when I wrote this stuff, a year to year and a half. Wrong about the timing. Boy, was I wrong about the timing. But let's see about the direction. On this same page, I wrote this. Whenever things start breaking down. But there's going to be martial law, and there's going to be a curfew, a nationwide curfew. And I also said, this is my favorite one right here, politicians and bankers, elite, etc. are going to be gunned down in the streets. And you're also going to see YouTube suicide videos and internet videos showing the good and bad side. You know, kind of stuff like the Elliot Rodger thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Belliot, as in Bell, Saturn. Roger, as in the sex act. What a joke that whole thing is. Can't believe people are falling for that. I'm not right about everything. I was wrong about the collapse and the timing, but in that video that I said all that, I was right about the QE3. And then we know that wasn't a fluke, because a couple months later, I got QE4 right too. I also have on another page of this notebook, martial law a little bit than everywhere. How about that? How's that working out? You got to have an entire military drill, a for real active military drill take place for a Super Bowl. We got confirmed and very real drones all over the place. We have pre-crime technology being worked on right now. I'm not saying this stuff to toot my horn. I'm saying this stuff because let's do it, America. I've shown in this video I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Don't got a clue. The LAX thing too, I guess that was just another coincidence. Boy, I'm about as right just as much as I am wrong. So we'll say 50-50. So let's do it. Let's say you're right. Everything's going to be great. No troubles coming. We're good. We're a very moral society. We know exactly. We can definitely tell it right from wrong, up from down. We're in good hands. Okay, let's do it. I'm wrong. You're right. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But I'm good. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to stick with this stuff, stick it out together, because we got to be here for each other. It's just, I just get discouraged every now and then, but I'm cool. I feel a lot better now after this rant. So I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the support. You hang in there too. We're right all day long, but let's do it. Run into the ground, man. Let's run it into the ground. Let's see. Let's say that's in Thailand. That'll never happen here. Uh-oh, except for some of this already is. All right. Thanks for the support, everybody. Thanks, teammates and subs.